welcome back to Noras Cove. If you're new here, I'm Yoshida, and here at the Cove, we like to budget and plan in confidence using a planner. But today, you guys, we're going to be doing our budget closeout. Listen, I forgot, okay? I technically forgot until I was doing my totals this morning, and I was like, dang, I came across this. I said, I didn't finish this out. So here is our budget categories for the month of March. I've totaled everything up. I've actually made a note because I did a little comparison of February and March, and like where I was over in some areas, where I was under in some areas. And y'all let me know if y'all want this in the shop as a download, because this thing here has been a lifesaver, and I'm so glad I created it because I can compare, this is March, I can compare March and February. So this was February, and so compared, and then we're going to get to the budget breakdown, the budget closeout, excuse me. So the month of March, I spent $3,400 and, hold on, wait, what is it, honey? I'm so irritated right now because I thought I pressed the play button, the record button again. Y'all have missed all of this. But at any rate, when I got interrupted, I got sidetracked. But at any rate, so what I'm doing is just kind of matching up. So this is what my income came out to be so far, $7,741.80. And what I was saying when I thought I was recording is that this is including rollover, no-co, and all that. But on my monthly, I write down just like hair and nails. That's, you know, I make a separate space for that, and I make a separate space for like rollover, no-co, and everything included. So this is pretty much everything included. So over here, I don't even know which I missed, but over here, this is the total bill, so it should match up with my budget categories. As you can see, let me zoom in just a little bit. As you can see, this is what I spent in bills in March. Okay, so savings, it's matching up here. 176 is what I put into my cash savings for the month of March. And then now I was doing cash envelopes, and then I realized my screen was dark, and I was just like, what the what? Oh boy. Anyway, so let's add this up. So we spent, in our envelope section, we spent $2,743.08. Debt payoff, we did put some in the last month, so right now that's included. I have to separate it going forward for our new budget closeout for the month of April. And expenses, that's not on here, so I gotta go to the last week. And expenses was gas. We spent $76. And so let's do a total here. So we spent $342.24 in expenses. And my expenses are typically gas. That's pretty much, sometimes I'll put no-co, so no-co's in there most of the time. But no-co going forward is going to go into envelopes, I believe, because I have a separate section for it. So that's what it was. Sinking funds, none. So here's the summary. Income was actual $7,741.80. And then, excuse me, bills, $3,495.33. Savings, $176. And then debt, we're not doing that. Cash envelopes, sinking funds is $2,743.08. And expenses came in at $342.24. And then what we should have remaining, and see, I'm really kind of behind because I wanted to have my actual rollover minus $3,495.33 minus 176 minus $2,743.08 minus $342.24. Why does this thing never come out right? I think it's because this is just too high. So it says negative 900. I mean, we have remaining 985.15. We don't have that remaining, because let's do this. Let's go to my monthly. I gotta figure out why that thing is always so high, but I think what it is the monthly, because I'm adding rollover. Could that be it, that I'm adding rollover? So see here, let's change my income. Let's change the income. Let's try that. So the first week, hair and nails, $13.48. That's why I separated like that. But see, this is hair, nails, and NoCo. So let's do that. $14.25. And then $20.50. And see, this is hair, nails, NoCo, and extra. We're just going to do $17.25. And then $11.75. That's hair and nails. Now, I'm going to go back. I'm talking through this with y'all because I'm just a shock. Let's see. So it was like 2 weeks we had NoCo. We didn't get NoCo the last week. So I'm going to add NoCo here plus 80. Okay, I'm going to have to add $20.23. That's 64. Let's see. I don't know what that plus 38 was. And then plus 95. This is the, yeah, plus. I think I'm right. So that's 65.73, not the whatever. So 65.73. Let's go from there. Subtract. That's more like it. 183. So that's what I'm gonna have to start doing, is using my monthly to fill in this. So not including rollover, exclude rollover from the budget closeout, and this is pretty much what I had left over. So that will go into, I'm gonna get all this stuff back in here to our monthly. So let's go to our monthly. Are y'all following along with me? Am I too all over the place? Because I'm working this out in my head. All right. So this was April. This is April, rather. So this is March. So look there. 183.94 plus 25. So we are actually, that is correct. The rollover, that's, oh my God. I got it right. I actually did it right. This is actually right. And then it says plus 25. So whatever. This is the closest I've ever gotten. OMG. Excuse me. I am so excited. My closeout is successful. Whew. Okay, now here's the thing. Hair, nails, what did we actually make for the month? Whew, look, y'all don't know the relief that I feel. I wrote this down, I believe, on the last day or whatever, or, you know, April 1st. Oh my God. Okay, let me calm down. I'm too excited. So what did I actually make in hair? So now I have to go. I don't want to do that. Let me see. Is there another way? Let me go through my CP Petite. Why do that when it's right here, Yoshida? Okay, y'all, I am too freaking stoked. Okay, so the first week, what do we make in hair? So that's what I'm going to calculate up over here. We're going to start over with hair. So we did, no, this is not it. That's not it either. This is the first week. So, yeah, we have $11.83 plus $18.70 plus $13.73 plus $10.30. So we made $5,456 in hair, okay? And we were over by $1,456, okay? Nails, I guesstimated $500. Obviously, I cheated myself, but nails, so the first week we had $165. Next week we had $180. Next week we had $352. And then we had $145. So we made $842 in nails this month. So we were over by $342. And then for nail coat, I guesstimated $300. Let's see. So 77 plus 95 plus CMPD stash. This is where I got confused. So I think it's 103.42. 103.42. Okay. And then we got nothing the last month. So we actually made $275. Yeah. So I came in under $275.42. So we were actually negative $25. But we were plus. We were over. Oh. Yeah. I was over. I don't know what this is right here. Whatever. But anyway. Budget closeout successful. So rolling over to the month of April, I put budgeted $150 and we were actually, I think, at $183. $183.94. All right. So that's that. Now, whew, let's see how the month of April go. This list is getting longer and longer. But let's put everything back. So this was March, and I'm gonna take this sticky note off, and I'm going to attach it. Let's stick it right now. So yeah, going forward, I'm gonna leave off the rollover, because that would make my budget close out so much easier, and I wouldn't have to do what I did today. But this right here, game changer. All right, now we're done with this one for February, March. I'm just gonna stick that up here. And then we're gonna get a new budget closeout. Let's see. And this will go into our monthly here. I put that in the wrong place. Yeah, now I'm looking at this. This should have been not double-sided, maybe just some little graph. But I wanted to do this in case you have more income. You can add it, you know, have an extra space for it. So no, we'll leave it like it is. All right, that is it. Whew, that tore me out. Okay, let me put this over here with my categories. My category section, so I'll know what I'm cutting back on. So when I go to fill in this month, when I start doing week one, I'm like, oh, we need to reel it back in. And I'm going to show you guys something else real quick that I've been doing. I tried this week. So I have, this was like in a budget box. It was expense breakdown. I went back and tweaked it probably the first of the year. So the way it was intended to use was like to break your categories down, and you can just write the date, the category here, the month, all of that. But now I have a new meaning for it, because at the end of the week, when I'm trying to close out my budget, sometimes I have to go through all of this, and I got to go back and say, okay, I fill in, when I go to do my budget, I'm filling in all the miscellaneous. So, of course, color coding helps me with that, so I can easily kind of do it. But I figured, wouldn't it be easier if I did it by day at the end of the day, total up how much I spent in a day, and then I can just write the total here. But now, looking at this, I need more room. But then I said, I'll just move an extra space down here. It's double-sided, so I can just add if I need more, if I spent more in a category. So then here, this is my food and grocery. This is what I spent in food and grocery on the 31st. This is what I spent in food and grocery on the 30th. This is what I spent in food and grocery on the 1st, the 2nd, and so on and so forth. And then in bills, of course, that section is going to be a little smaller, but it's basically by the week. So up here, I put 330, and that's because the week started on March 30th. So I'm going to pretty much, instead of saying month, I'm going to do the week of. Instead of the month, I'm going to use it for the week of. So I hope that's making sense. And I know I'm going to need more of a miscellaneous one. And then each week it'll change, because, and what I may do is just use it in here. Well, I still would need it on the go. I was thinking, because I come and look at my budget planner every day, so I could just keep it in here. But let me show you. The thought left my mind, but I know that these are the categories I'm using for the week. So that's why you only see miscellaneous, food and grocery, bills, and savings. So I got 2 miscellaneous columns, 2 food and grocery columns, because I know I'm going to use it, and then savings. And then I want to add family, because this is the last week y'all hear me talk about the bridal shower. And so I'm going to put 3/30 through April 5th, and then 26. Okay, so I spent today. So what I would do is, I hope I'm making sense, because it's just coming out of my head. But today I spent $68.96. Today is the 3rd. I could put family, or, you know, I'm just putting B shower stuff. So B shower. And I spent $68.96. Now, this is what I do. This is my routine. I've shown it on TikTok, but I come in the morning, sometimes in the evening, and I'll come in and start using my highlighter to get this stuff out the way. If it's a category that I am done with for the week, like salon, like if I've already purchased salon stuff, I'll go ahead and I'm done for the week buying salon stuff. Normally I'm done by Friday. No, generally I don't buy it typically on Saturday unless it's something last minute. I'll go ahead and close that out here in the big budget. But this is what I do. I come in and I highlight. And here's my little, y'all don't see it, but it's my, hold on. This is my budget pen case. This is Noco. So I know my colors. So let me get my color. Here it is. So this is miscellaneous. So I'll come in. And I'm doing this tonight. Today is Friday. I'm off tomorrow. I won't be able to make any videos until probably Sunday. So I'm trying to get all this caught up today. All right. And then so I'll do that. Now I'm going to stick this back in. And then also I could go in if I wanted to. And to help me get to this category, I can go in and highlight. Like this is miscellaneous. Oh, see, I forgot savings. So, yeah, here goes savings. I meant to put something else. Savings. And then family. All right. And then food and groceries. I'll find the purple. That's green. Bills. Here's bills. And another bill came out today. Let's see. And I swear, I love I was complaining about these little markers, but I really like them because they're just so convenient. Like if I really, like I'm going to my sister's this weekend, and if I want to keep up with my totals and stuff, I can throw these in a smaller pencil pouch or just in my little work bag quote thing and take them with me. Okay, where's this? Oh, here it is. Way across the room. So here's food and grocery. And food and grocery used to be red for me, so that way to kind of alert me, but this alerts me just as well. So let's see, here's miscellaneous. I didn't really have to do that, but that way when I'm coming in here, I can find it easily what section I'm going to. And I just stuck it right here behind it. So like at the end of the week, I'm gonna total this up. I have my total. I don't have to go through, because at the week, this is what I do. Let me take this out. I will just go through here. I see miscellaneous. I see this color. I just add, I go through miscellaneous. Then I got to go through food. And as you can see, my week started here. I got to go through all of this. Now, honestly, I have not done a lot of spending, but it's a lot. But now I don't have to do that. I can just go to the totals that I've created with this sheet. Like I said, I've had this sheet for a while. I just tweaked it because they were too close right here. It was like a oops, and I didn't realize it till later. And so now it's efficient. Now, I kind of want to go back and make these a little longer, but I think I'm just going to leave them the way that they are because they work, because you may not have a lot in a certain category, but it works. So that's my newest thing that I'm doing. Okay, that is the budget closeout, you guys. Whew, that wore me out. That wore me out. I'm always stressed when it comes to the budget closeout because I'm like, why my numbers aren't matching? But they did. Now I see why. Because a lot of times it could be the income. You're missing something from the income portion. You may have forgotten a bill, all that great stuff. So we're done. So we're on this week right here. I've already wrote in, as the bills come in, I've already wrote them in. Miscellaneous, we over it, baby. This is out the window, okay? Family, I've spent a little bit, like a portion of this, but I already know family was going to swap with miscellaneous, and it was going to be in the 200s, and I have that money set aside, so I have to go of 230 to spend on my family this weekend for the bridal shower. So we're done. That's it, you guys. Whew. Lord, I feel like I've just been underwater and I just came up for air. But thank you guys so much for watching. If today was your first time watching any of my videos and you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment in the comment section, let me know that you're new so that I can welcome you to the Cove, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.